I've been hyping up Blue Protocol for longer than pretty much any other content creator out there, yet in light of recent events, it turns out we might never see the global version of the game. There are two articles I want to go over here. The first one is from Massively OP. Blue Protocol's fate up in the air after Bandai Namco Online declares insolvency. The second, Blue Protocol may never have a global version. Massively OP goes on to state that it's probably wise for us to severely ratchet down any expectations or hopes of seeing a triumphant release of Blue Protocol in the year 2024. At this point, the signs aren't good for the MMORPG as Bandai Namco Online declared itself to be in a state of insolvency due to massive revenue losses. And if you're upset that you might never have the opportunity to play Blue Protocol globally, then don't worry, I have a video coming 2 days from today featuring another anime MMO that has very recently had their global version confirmed and has now populated their website with tons of information that we can look forward to potentially filling the void that Blue Protocol is going to leave us. Bandai Namco Online, the subsidiary of Bandai Namco Games, reported a loss of over $51 million for the previous fiscal year, with its money pit growing deeper by the month. Because of increasing negative net income, the studio itself is unable to pay its debts. Bandai Namco Online also publishes Idolish 7, Gundam Tribe, Gundam Evolution, and SD Gundam Operation, multiple of which have all been pretty much critical failures. The news follows the word earlier this year that Blue Protocol's performance in Japan significantly fell short, which I covered at the time, of the studio's expectations after its release last year. However, the company attribute most of its deficits to its failure to replicate Elden Ring's success, which you can't have monolithic hit after monolithic hit. You're gonna have some failures. This is totally to be expected. Having two enormous hits like Elden Ring, though, within a small time frame, though, is just an expectation that you should not have because it is ridiculously unlikely. Blue Protocol just celebrated its first birthday in Japan with packed plans for the future, though it's not at all clear whether they will come to fruition. A new Western release date or window for the anime MMO has not been set, and as we've been noting, Amazon Games, which was originally set to publish the game here in the West, has begun leaving mention of the game off of its corporate press releases. Plus, Namco backed out of showing its games at SGF earlier this month. Do not hold your breath for this one. It's also worth noting here that Korea has delayed indefinitely their release of Blue Protocol. Smilegate decided they were just going to push it back with no confirmed release date anymore. Amazon have not addressed anything pertaining to the game at all this year. And according to Massively OP, while they have decided to open a new studio in Romania to support ambitious long-term roadmaps, they go on to state the new studio supports Amazon Games' vision of developing and publishing games that foster a community in and around its games. The expanding portfolio from Amazon Games includes 2 launched live service games, New World and Lost Ark, announced projects, and this is where things get a little bit concerning. Announced projects include Tomb Raider, The Lord of the Rings, and Throne and Liberty, as well as unannounced projects from our San Diego and Montreal studios and the independent studio Glowmade in the UK. Blue Protocol is not an unannounced project, yet in spite of this, was for whatever reason not included in their list of games that are in development or games that are going to be published by them. Very concerning, especially given Throne and Liberty is included here. And if I'm being entirely honest, Throne and Liberty is by far the inferior game of the two. Before we get into Gamer Brave's article, I want to take a moment to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I cannot thank you all enough for the support. Now let's keep talking. Gamer Braves goes on to state that the game may never see a release as developer has declared insolvency. We haven't heard anything from Blue Protocol since back in November 2023. That was a blog post about the closure of the closed beta test. There might be hope for the game yet, as the mobile version that Tencent secured the rights to publish last year is still in active development. This might be Bandai Namco's last hope for the game to push out the mobile version that Tencent will no doubt want to release globally, so we can get a cheap, half-assed mobile version of Blue Protocol that we can play on our phones and immediately delete, following the disappointment, the immeasurable disappointment that we're no doubt going to suffer. Blue Protocol was released back in June 2023. A Western version of the game was confirmed, however, it was reportedly delayed until 2024. I covered that delay. I've actually covered every single delay that we have gone through, of which there have been numerous. Amazon has the publishing rights for the game as well as Throne and Liberty, another title that they have been releasing press releases on, but there have been no mentions of Blue Protocol in recent news. There was an update about the game in a recent live stream from the developers. They talked about the new chapter in the main story, the new region, the new level cap increase, and new passive abilities for each class available in Blue Protocol. The suspected reason we will not get a global release for Blue Protocol is because they have been experiencing heavy financial loss in the past fiscal year, as reported by Automaton. This is very disappointing to hear, and is no doubt going to continue to get worse. It does not seem like the West is going to necessarily save Blue Protocol. It doesn't seem like the West is going to save Throne and Liberty either, but at the very least, we'll be able to get a gauge of how good or bad Throne and Liberty is for ourselves, whereas with the case of Blue Protocol and Bandai Namco, they might just scrap the idea of a worldwide release entirely. Given South Korea is already essentially pulled out, Amazon have decided for whatever reason to not include mention of it anywhere anymore, and the game has been failing horribly within Japan, just like Throne and Liberty has been failing terribly in Korea. Now this is oh man, oh like goddamn. Why we're struggling so deeply to have any semblance of quality in the MMO genre anymore. You have like WoW, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy 14, maybe Black Desert, maybe the Elder Scrolls Online. Every other game sucks. It's just, okay, maybe Albion Online, RuneScape are two games that I omitted there, but like the vast majority of MMOs that are coming out suck, and it is sad to see. Regardless, if this is not a topic of any interest to you, absolutely no problem. Got you covered 2 different videos on screen right now that might be more up your alley. And wait for my following video concerning another anime MMO that might replace Blue Protocol for you.